In this video, we will continue to learn about solving systems of equations by substitution. First, let's review the steps. The first step is that you need to choose one equation and solve for one of the variables. So solve to get x or y by itself. Then you're going to substitute this expression into the other equation. This results in one equation with one variable. Then you will solve the equation and substitute your value into either of the original equations to find the other value. Then write your answer as an ordered pair, and finally check your answer by substituting the point back into both the equations. It should satisfy both of the equations separately. In our first example, the equations are x equals 3y plus 1 and 2x plus 4y equals 12. In this example, x is already solved by itself in this example. So I can take that entire expression and substitute it in for our value of x. So it would be 2 times 3y plus 1 plus 4y equals 12. Now to solve this equation, I first have to distribute the 2. Solve 6y plus 2 plus 4y equals 12. Then I'll combine like terms to have 10y plus 2 equals 12. Solve to get the variable by itself by subtracting 2 from both sides to get 10y equals 10. And lastly, divide both sides by 10 so that y equals 1. Now I can take this value of y and plug it back into the original equation. So I have x equals 3 times 1 plus 1. That becomes x equals 3 plus 1. And finally, x equals 4. So the solution to this system is 4, 1. In our next example, the equations are 3x minus y equals 4 and x equals 4y minus 17. Again, in this example, x is already by itself. So I can take this expression and substitute it for x in the other equation. So my equation will be 3 times 4y minus 17 minus y equals 4. Now to solve, the first thing I have to do is distribute the 3. So it'll be 12y minus 51 minus y equals 4. Combine like terms. So it's 11y minus 51 equals 4. Add 51 to both sides to get y by itself. So it'll be 11y equals 55. And lastly, divide both sides by 11 to get y equals 5. Now I can take this value of y and plug it into the other equation. So I have x equals 4 times 5 minus 17. So it's x equals 20 minus 17, which becomes x equals 3. So the solution to the system is 3, 5. In our next example, the equations are m equals 4n plus 11 and negative 6n plus 8m equals 36. Now, even though the values are in x and y, I can still do the same process. Since m is already by itself, I can take this entire expression and substitute it for m in the other equation. So it'll be negative 6n plus 8 times 4n plus 11 equals 36. Now when you distribute the 8, it becomes negative 6n plus 32n plus 88 equals 36. Combine like terms to get 26n plus 88 equals 36. Subtract 88 from both sides. So it becomes 26 and equals negative 52. And then lastly, divide both sides by 26. The value of n is negative 2. Now I can take this value of n and plug it into the other equation. So m equals 4 times negative 2 plus 11. So m equals negative 8 plus 11. So that'll give us m equals 3. Now since the variables are m and n, our solution in this case would be m equals 3 and n equals negative 2.